Greetings and welcome back to another edition of the Friday 13th Metal YouTube channel. Today you're going to be watching an interview with a band called Kings of Mercia, which is being put together by FM's vocalist Steve Overland, also Fates Warning's guitarist Jim Lennon. Also in the band is bass player for Fates Warning, Joey Vera, who's also with Armoured Saint and also King Merciful Fate. We also have Simon Phillips on drums. Now this is a fantastic album, it's coming out very soon on Metal Blade Records. It's released on the 23rd of September, so check it out. It's a great combination of hard rock and Fates Warning style music. So, Steve, thanks for doing this interview. I'd also like to thank Andy at Metal Blade for setting up the interview. So check out the interview, folks, and check out the album when it's released. Thanks for watching. Stay metal.
How are you? Yeah, no, it took a while. I'm rubbish at these. I still haven't got it. I've been doing them now for about 6 months, but I still ain't got. There's too many things to press, mate. You know. So,
Good.
How are you? All right?
Yeah, not bad, mate. It's good to see you again. I mean, last time we met, as you know, was Cottingham when you played with FM a couple of months back.
Yeah.
So how's things been going with FM?
Great. We did the tour, didn't we? We've just finished a little tour of the UK. We did half of it in May, half of it now, and the main thing is basically the turnouts have been great. You know, you've noticed there's been still some no shows, people that have bought tickets that haven't quite got the bottle to come back out and stand in a full rock club or whatever, you know. But this was a run of smaller gigs, sort of a little bit smaller, maybe club gigs you'd call them, and they've been great. We really enjoyed it, and it's nice to be back out doing what we do, really, mate. You know.
Right, I'm going to ask you some couple of warm-up questions first, very, very quickly. As a singer, who inspired you to become a singer? Was it guitars or vocals that came first for you?
Guitars. I was a guitar player. My brother was the obviously first guitar player in FM and made the first 2 records. Used to watch him play guitar with his little bands and stuff, and I stole one of his guitars one night and went into the bedroom and learned some chords. So guitar playing was always my thing. I loved it, and I still do. You know, and I've got a load of guitars, and it's kind of what happened was I used to sing along when I was playing the guitar. So basically, my brother would obviously heard me singing. And one night he came in when I was 13 and said, "Look, we've got a gig down at this hotel. The singer's struggling with his voice a bit. Will you come and sing?" And I was a bit like, "Well, I'm not a singer." He said, "No, you are." You know, I said, no, because I was singing like "All Right Now" and all that stuff. And so I went down, did the gig, and they sacked the singer, and all of a sudden I became a singer. You know, and it's been funny because although I play guitar with FM and I play guitar on a lot of my stuff, all of my success and work and all the different records I make are all as a singer, you know, so it's kind of taken over. Perhaps that's because I'm such a shit guitar player. It might be that, you know, but you know. But so yeah, singing was something that I just became one. It was obviously something that people saw in me, and that's what developed, really, you know.
All right, then. So, was your influences as a singer? Who inspired you?
Well, for it really mixed, really, mate. I mean, God, these frigging dogs. Hello. Yeah. So, Paul Rodgers, a massive influence, obviously. Paul Rodgers, I loved Free. First singer I loved was Noddy Holder in Slade, the singer in Slade. I loved Slade when I was young. But then I got into like people like not like rock singers. People like really started to listen a lot to Stevie Wonder, lots of that kind of thing. And then I developed probably as a singer listening to more American singers as I grew up. You know, people like Lou Graham and people like that. And I grew up with all of that music for a while. So very varied singing styles, really, mate. You know, that I've based the way I sing on. You know, there's a bit of soul in there, there's a bit of everything, really. But you know, Paul Rodgers would be a massive influence on me. You know?
Right. Okay. Brilliant. So, just very briefly, out of all the FM albums you've done, the previous ones, do you have a favourite? I mean, the first 2 albums, the cult classics. Which one of those 2 would you say is your favourite?
Tough It Out, definitely. Tough It Out. Definitely. You know, I think Tough It Out. Indiscreet's a great album. It did really well for us, but Tough It Out was definitely the next stage up to me.
Yeah.
In every way, songs, production, everything. It was, and I think it paved the way for where we were going to go. You know, and it was great. I can still when we did that Tough It Out anniversary tour, where we played it in its entirety, I had to recap and listen to the album to learn the songs again. I listened to it for so long, and it still stood up. It was still that. It's 80s sounds on it and stuff. But it's great record, great songs, powerful album. You know.
Brilliant. I mean, I remember seeing you on that actual tour with oh god, was that band with a female singer supporting you?
Soraya.
No, it was Romeo's daughter.
Oh, Romeo's were on that.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Hull City Hall years ago. I was there because I actually got to interview you guys for the first time backstage. You and Mel backstage. I was interviewing you both.
What, at Hull City Hall?
Yeah, years ago.
Oh, you're old enough, man.
I was. Hey, I'm 52 nearly, mate. I'm not that young. So, all right then, Steve. So I'm going to ask you about the project with Jim Matthias, Kings of Mercia. How came up with the name?
He came up with a name. It was just we got 3/4 of the way through the album, and you're always looking for a name, aren't you? You know,
yeah.
And it's just like, what are we going to call it? And that's this. You'll go, oh, for God's sake, here we go. So you'll start writing loads of nonsense down on pieces of paper, you know. And Jim came up with Kings of Mercia, and I thought it was a great name, but I sort of thought Kings of Leon, Sisters of Mercy, a bit close to a few other things, but the record company loved it. So I just said, okay, look, let's just live with it, make the record, and we'll use it as the working name. So we did it, and it became relevant. Somebody came up with the image with the flaming head and all that, and it evolved, and we became Kings of Mercia. There was no other name that we thought would fit the band. So that's how the name came about, really.
So, how did you hook up with Jim then? Have you heard Fate's Warning? What do you think of Fate's Warning?
Of course, I love Fate's Warning. Yeah, they're great. It's different sort of music to what I listen to, but it's very clever. They're a great band, aren't they? You know,
they're one of my favourite bands of all time. I listened to them when I was 15 years old, so I've grew up with them all these years.
Great. Jim wanted to make a different kind of album, Jason, and he had a short list of singers, and everybody sort of pointed him towards me. So he contacted me through Dave Ling from Classic Rock. Who's an old mate of mine. Dave.
Yeah, I know he is. Yeah,
and Dave said there's this guy called Jim Matthias wants to get in touch with you about maybe singing on an album with him. And I was a bit like, I said, is that Fate's Warning, Jim? So he said, yeah. I said, well, blimey, you know, me and him together. So basically, we hooked up. He's a fantastic guy. And I said, look, Jim, I'm not sure, mate. I'm not sure how it'll work. I said, send me something through. Send me one track through, a backing track. Just a piece of music. And I said, and we'll write a song. We'll write one song, see how it goes. If it doesn't work, the two styles merging, we'll just forget it. It's one song. And he sent over the backing track, which was brilliant. And I wrote Humankind. You know, that was the first track we wrote, and that went back to America. And the record company freaked out and said, we love this. And now we've got a 3-album deal, you know,
wow.
To make 2 more records. So, you know, it's gone from strength to strength, the whole thing. And we've just done the promo videos for it. The video for Humankind's fantastic. So everything's just steamrolling. It's going, you know, which is fantastic, you know.
You know, I have to say, I'm going to be totally honest with you, and I've the utmost respect for you, Steve. When I first knew you were doing this album with Jim, I was like, because I'm a massive Fate's Warning fan, I was thinking FM singer with Fate's Warning guitar in, and I was like, And then when I heard the song, the first song on the album, I can't remember the name of it now.
Wrecking Ball.
Yeah, I was just like, holy fuck! Utmost respect to you, Steve. Seriously, I was just like, you've gone out your comfort zone to do something like progressive, and I don't think you've ever done that, and I think it's brilliant.
You're dead right, Jason. I mean, what it was, Jim's stuff makes you sing and write in a different way to the other stuff I do. So it's got to be strong and powerful, and I sing it with a lot more grit. It's angry. It's a different style. I had to think about how I was going to do it, because it's not what I normally do. Normally I just wail away in a blues rock, Paul Rodgers, soulful style, and that's what I do. But you couldn't do that on these songs. So I love the way that it's pushed me, and I love the way that Jim's made up with it. He just wants. Everybody's so happy with the way it's come out that it could have fell on its arse, mate. We didn't know, but we developed the way it was going to work as we made the album, you know. And I think what we've got is very anthemic. It's powerful. We've got Simon Phillips on drums, you know.
Yeah.
We've got Joey on bass. It's a great band. It's raw, and you know, I can see any of these songs going into a Marvel soundtrack, anything. They're really powerful songs. So I love what it did to me, which has made me look at approaching things in a slightly different way, you know.
So anything in
you wouldn't have
theory.
been on your own, mate. You wouldn't have been on your own where people thought, "What the hell? This is not going to work," but it did. You know.
So in theory, you've got out your comfort zone, so you could do power metal if you want. No, I'm saying you could though if you really wanted to. You have. Yeah, I know you. I know you wouldn't.
Road's gone to your head, isn't it?
I know you wouldn't, Steve, but because you've gone out that comfort zone, you could open the doorway to anything now.
Yeah, I like to think that if you're a singer or even a guitar player, you can turn your hand to most things. You just have to look at it in the right way. There's no point in me going in there and going, "Oh, I'm singing it like a blues rock Paul Rodgers." That wouldn't have worked. So it was like, this needs to be angry. The subject matter needs to be meaningful. It needs to have a bit of angst. You can't say, "Oh, I love you" on the record. It'd be pathetic with this kind of music. So it's like, it's got to have that angst in the way you sing it and the way the songs are written. You know, and it was easy. Honestly, mate, it came easily because of what Jim sent me. Jim's a very clever man. And his demos sound like albums. And we did very little to it. We chopped a bit around, chopped the arrangements around a bit. And we kind of, every song we wrote is on the record. You know, we didn't write any that got screwed up, thrown in the bin. We get on great. He's a really great, laid back, easy guy to work with.
Yeah, I've met Jim. I met Jim a few times and Fates Warning. So yeah, he's a nice guy.
He's a very nice guy, and so we get on great. And you know, may we continue working together. You know, because we've kind of become friends, and everything we do, he always consults me right down to the video. We've been talking about the video edit for the last week about what we want to do with that, and you know, we're a team. We're a team. You know?
Brilliant. So, I mean, would you say that the music's kind of cross between Fates Warning and FM, or do you think that's kind of a cheesy?
I don't think it is it? I think obviously it has a bit of both identities in it, but I like to think that what we've done is we've taken elements of what we do in the other things we do, but we've kind of molded it a little bit. Jim's playing quite melodic stuff on a lot of the songs, and I know he does anyway, and I've had to think about the way I sing these kind of songs, and I think what you got is bits of that, but we've developed what Kings of Mercia sound like now, you know, and that's the way it will go with the next record. It might get heavier. We don't know yet, you know, so we'll see.
Oh, excellent! I'm gonna give the album 4.5 out of 5 anyway. So I've got to review that. Ah, you're welcome, man. Like I said, I'm a fan of FM, and I'm a massive fan of Fates Warning. So the two, like I said, I respect you, my friend, for going out of your comfort zone. It's like, I want to ask you just before we talk about the songs, what does the rest of FM think about this project? Have they heard it?
Yeah. I mean, Jim was on the phone straight away. He said, "Blimey, you got a great response to your new track that's come out." You know, and we're kind of like that FM. And me and Jim are very busy, as you know. We're always doing other things. The rest of them do bits and pieces, but you know, we're at the stage now in our career where, as long as what I do can work alongside all the other things I do, it works. I mean, I'd like to take this band out on the road though. I think it'd be fantastic. You know?
I'm coming on the road with you as a drum tech or something.
We can get Simon to do the gigs. I'd love to do some festivals because I think this band would be a great festival band, you know? So that's something to be talked about. Once the album's out and we start getting a bit of momentum, I know Jim and me have both talked about that to various people, so we'll have to wait and see where we go with that. You know?
I think you'd be great playing the prog power in America.
Yeah, well, you know, the thing is, Jim's obviously got lots of contacts out in America.
Yeah.
I've got what I've got in Europe and England. So there are places where this band would just fit, you know, and I hope we get it together to do it because, as I say, we've got some more albums in us yet. So we've got to do it, you know. So if we can go out and do whatever we need, obviously festivals are a good choice because it's a way of getting to a lot of different fan bases very quickly. So you can build up your own following to then go out and do dates off your own back. So that would be the way to go, you know.
Okay then. So how long did it take to record this album, Steve?
Oh, it was quite quick, mate. Quite quick, yeah. I mean, I kind of Jim was sending me songs like there was no tomorrow, and I was writing them, sending 3 back to him. And then it took a little while. We talked about the right band for it when we came out of lockdown, and you know, he said, "How would you feel if I could get Simon Phillips to play on it?" I said, "That's a silly question, isn't it?" it would be amazing if we can get Simon. And then obviously Joey was a good choice for Jim because I think they're very close, and also they play great together in Fates Warning. And because he's got kind of a very angry bass style, and it just suits the band. You know? And And I think all of the musicians have got their own identity in the band, and I think the playing on the record is fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, Joey's quite busy. I mean, he's doing Armoured Saint. He's also playing for Merciful Fate at the minute, so he's out on the road.
Yeah, well, this is the problem, isn't it? This is going to be the problem when we do want to do the festivals. We've all got to find the time to do them. That's the one, isn't it?
All right then, so you recorded all your parts in the UK, and Jim and the rest of the band did all theirs in the US, I presume.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just talk about the songs on the album then. So which songs are your favourite? I mean, like say Wrecking Ball's your promo video that you released first.
Yeah. My favourite, I think Humankind's definitely got to be up there as one of my favourite songs. I think it's a real powerful song. And when you see it with the video, it's even more powerful. I think it's just a great anthemic chorus. I really like Too Far Gone because it starts off as a folky, melancholy sort of tune and then goes into this real heavy Face Warner-y kind of riff thing. I really like that. To be honest, I like all of them, mate. I'm really proud of all of it. And I just think they all have their own identity and their own place, So I just like them all. I don't have favorite. Humankind, because it was the first one and it was such the one that paved the way, really, would probably come out as my top song on the album,
Right, okay. So I mean, it's a fantastic album. Like I said, there's some really good songs on that album, and you got a deal for 2 more albums.
Yeah.
Wow,
which is great, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the great thing is the record company are fantastic. Metal Blade. I've never done anything for them before, but they like to get things right. We've meticulously been through the video, making sure everything looks how it should look, and they're great to work with too. As Jim's introduced me to a whole new thing that I'm doing, and I'm enjoying it. It's brilliant.
So, who produced this album? Was it Jim or?
Well, Jim would be very largely, yeah, because he sent the tracks over, and then crikey, I can't remember the guy that mixed it. But he got the guy to mix it for us, and so Jim would be largely responsible for producing it. Yeah.
Right then. So did you write any riffs for this album, or was it all down to Jim?
No, I'm totally been binned off the guitar on this. I'm singing only on this one. Jim doesn't feel he needs me. So no, it's just him. So
what's the future plans then? I mean, you're on the road, like I say, with FM and Kings of Mercia are doing a new album very soon. Have you got new songs already wrote for the next album?
Yeah, we're doing a new FM album. How long have you got? I've got 2 albums that I'm now finishing.
Yeah.
One for one guy that I've written it for him in America. And I've got a new Overland album that I've just finished all the vocals on. So we're now going to go in and start putting all the proper tracking on that when I get back from Spain. This is why I need a holiday, you see.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, just never stops, mate. Never stops, which is fantastic. Never take it for granted to be able to do all this stuff.
Yeah.
After all these years, it's great,
So the Kings of Mercia, how many new songs have you got for the next album? You must have.
Not yet. We haven't started. Jim's working on something at the moment. He said, "Oh, are you up for starting KOM2 when I finish this project?" And I just said, "Start firing the stuff over, and we'll get on with it."
Oh, fantastic! Well, I wish you all the best with this album. What sort of reviews have you been getting for this new album?
Fantastic. It's been fantastic. Everybody's responded so well for it. Obviously, there's a lot more to come. I've been doing back-to-back. There's a lot of interest in it, Jason. So I've been doing back-to-back interviews. It's been really, really great. So, and everybody seems to love it. And nobody said they don't think the 2 styles work together. Everybody's said exactly what you said, quite the opposite.
Yeah.
So onwards and upwards, mate. It's all going according to plan.
I think for me, to be perfectly honest, I think I had to play it a couple of times to adapt to both styles in one.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure a lot of people will. A lot of people have to do that. But as long as you get there in the end, it doesn't matter.
No,
that's the good thing.
So how many more promo videos are you doing for this album? Have you picked a new?
Well, this one came out. That was one that it wasn't meant to do one for it, but we did Liberate Me, didn't we? That came out as a thing that we threw together. This will be the one. This is the main one that's coming out with the album. Then after that, we'll see. There may be more.
Well, brilliant, Steve. Well, I want to thank you for doing this interview. I wish you all the best with FM and this project with Jim. And please say hello to Jim for me and Joey, because they both know me.
I will.
Out to the guys from FM.
Mate, on the road. You take it easy on the road. Don't kill yourself.
Well,
wait. Tough tour. So enjoy it. Yeah, just I hope you like the Kings of Mercia thing. It's fantastic. I'm really proud of it. It's a bit different for me. The response to it has been great. and there will be more, and it will be a living, breathing thing. It's not just a project band. We want to carry on with it. We want to do shows, and it's been great, you know, to have the band are great, and it just works for me, doing something different. And it's definitely something to take a listen to. And thank you for buying all of my music and supporting me. Thanks very much. See you, mate.
Cheers, Steve. Good night. Take care. Have a good holiday.
Thank you. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.